it's always gratifying, first of all, to see the support that our police officers get, because without this support, they really couldn't do their job. A policeman's job is a tough one. Years ago, a policeman just patrolled the beat, made an arrest, went home. Now they have to be so much more in the performance of their duties. They have to be doctors, they have to be lawyers, they have to be counselors. Not only do they protect us and our property, but now they guide us. They help us find the resources that we need in order to heal, in order to grow and develop. And that's what police officers have become. It's such a challenging job. And yes, they do need the support of the people in this room. And I want to thank you all for being here, because it's important to them that they know that you're here standing beside them and behind them.
Please join me in welcoming Chief of the Norwalk Police Department, James Walsh.
Really a pleasure for me. So I'll say I, say your name, and then I'll reveal you. I, James P. Walsh, do solemnly swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the United States of America and the state of Connecticut, and will support the Constitution and the laws thereof, so help me God. I do solemnly swear that I will faithfully and impartially discharge and perform all duties incumbent upon me as a police officer of the city of Norwalk. I hereby accept the office of Chief of Police of the police force of the city of Norwalk, and agree to obey and be bound by such rules and regulations that are or may be from time to time laid down for the government of the Department of Police Service of said city. I do. Congratulations.
Thank you. You got a seat if you want. Yeah.
Go down and back up.
Thank you. The supreme quality of leadership is unquestionably integrity. Without it, no real success is possible, no matter whether it is on a football field, in an army, or in an office. This quote from General Dwight D. Eisenhower on leadership theory is the core principle of law enforcement in the 21st century. Before I speak to that, please indulge me for a minute while I recognize key persons here today. I would like to thank Mayor Harry Rilling, Police Commissioner Fran Collier Clements, and Police Commissioner Tony Lopez for their leadership and for entrusting me with the honor of being the Chief of Police for the City of Norwalk. Thank you. I would also like to recognize distinguished members of the Norwalk Common Council and other elected officials here with us today. I would like to thank my wife and my family who are here with me today for their love and enduring support in this profession, and my mother and father who are no longer with us but started me on this path many years ago. Last but never least, my brother and sister officers from the Norwalk Police Department, whom I now have the honor to not only lead, but to follow and to walk side by side as we serve. As I continue, we must recognize the struggles that American law enforcement has endured over the past 3 years, starting with our own MPD family with the tragic loss of our brother Cesar Ramirez, who lost a courageous battle with cancer in 2020. This loss was followed by COVID-19 pandemic and lockdowns, social and civil unrest in America, to the nationwide problems of law enforcement retention and recruitment that affected staffing and the services that we provided. Throughout these difficult times, some that persist today, police officers in our communities remain the guardians of American society. Modern day police leadership must look cathartically at the issues that have caused the divide between law enforcement and the citizens that we serve, and possess the moral courage to effect change. In this rapidly evolving world, we must get a clear understanding of how we can better serve our communities. We have to get out from behind our desks, from out of our cars, to actively engage in our neighborhoods, to reinvest the community capital of trust in the role of American law enforcement that has been squandered in the past. As Sir Robert Peel stated, the police are the public and the public are the police. The police being only members of the public who are paid to give full-time attention to their duties, which are incumbent on every citizen in the interest of community welfare and existence. We can only accomplish that mission by assuring that the best men and women serve and protect the citizenry of Norwalk. The best defense against both negative outside forces who seek to dismantle policing as we know it, and negative internal forces who would poison us from within, is to embrace accountability by policing ourselves. As we struggle with recruitment and attention, it might be tempting to lower standards or overlook problem officers, but it is the responsibility of every supervisor in this police department to serve as a gatekeeper. Our duty compels us to defend and advance this noble profession. As we look for the best to be Norwalk's finest, we must strive also to enhance our cultural competence within our ranks. Through diversity in recruitment and advancement, we can assist in identifying how police can best address policing problems in our communities, which will make us more effective in the eyes of our stakeholders. Diversity of thought brings new ideas and experiences that people can learn from one another. It promotes dialogue and creativity. It is through community partnerships, organizational transformation, and problem solving that we can truly find common ground with all. We as police leaders must show that we value the officers who serve. Through education, career advancement, recognition, and wellness, we can create an environment that is safer and happier, which will ultimately lead to a better and healthier team. Our officers must know that they are supported by modern society, and that support is based on the trust that we bestowed upon them. I will conclude with this. As noted in President Obama's 21st Century Policing Implementation Guide, building trust and legitimacy on both sides of the police-citizen divide is not only the first pillar, but also the foundation principle underlying this inquiry into the natures of the relations between law enforcement and the communities that we serve. This guide was written in 2015. As we all have seen, the divide at times between the police and the community have suffered. The challenge I leave for myself and the other leaders that are being promoted here today, and for the rest of the men and women of the Norwalk Police Department, is to continue to improve the way we serve, to continue to build on the legacy of successful community policing relations in the city of Norwalk. Thank you.
Presenting Deputy Chief Terrence Blake.
I solemnly swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the United States of America, the state of Connecticut, will support the Constitution and the laws thereof, so help me God. I do solemnly swear that I will faithfully and impartially perform all duties incumbent upon me as a police officer of the city of Norwalk. I hereby accept the office of Deputy Chief of Police on the police force of the city of Norwalk and agree to obey and be bound by such rules and regulations as are or may be from time to time laid down for the government of the Department of Police Service of said city. Congratulations. Go over and have some pictures taken. You're not going to miss that one right away, right?
Terry, congrats.